You're now listening to the Festival of Football, presented by Billy Harvey and Henry Barrett.
We're going to do now, we're going to move on to the England squads. So what we're going to do first, guys, is we're going to just run through. I'm on Sky Sports on my phone, so it's going to give me a list of all the players for each position. Then once I've read that position out, the names, we're both going to pick our three. I've got a detailed list all written down, all me theories and scenarios and whatever. Billy's probably just going to wing it like he always does. And then once we get our 26-man squad, we'll both say our starting 11s, and then we'll try and mix and match. You never know, we might pick the exact same 26 men.
Maybe, you never know.
You never know. So we'll start with the goalkeepers. So, Bill, according to Sky Sports, so if I've got anyone out, missing anyone out, or I've not said someone you like, guys, don't blame me, blame Sky Sports, okay? Because they have got Mikel Antonio on this list, and I don't know why he's on there because he's now representing Jamaica. So, the goalkeepers are Nick Pope, Pickford, Henderson, Ramsdale, McCarthy, Johnston. So I'll give my three first.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Pope, Dean Henderson, and Sam Johnston. They're my three that I'm taking on the plane.
Okay, so I'm going to go for Pope, Henderson, Pickford.
No! Don't say Pickford! Why? He's rubbish!
But he's the only English keeper that's a sweeper keeper. And that's the way that Southgate likes to play. So he's definitely...
No, mate, it's not how Southgate likes to play. It's how we will play.
It's how...
Mate, I just won the Euros and Football Manager with England. It's fine. I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing. I won the World Cup with Romania once. So...
Yeah, that's a massive achievement. I just started a save yesterday and I won the FA Cup with West Ham, finished in the top 6, and then just won the Community Shield beating Liverpool.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm taking Pickford because he's going. Like, Southgate loves him. He's England's number 1, so he's going.
Don't get me wrong. I get why you would pick Pickford, but for me, he's had such a bad season. You know, he was injured at one point. He fucking broke Virgil van Dijk for another thing. For me, there's just been better keepers than in this season. You look at Pope. Pope's one of the best keepers England's got, period. Henderson, he's kept De Gea out of the team. You know, granted, you might have an opinion where De Gea is better for you, but Henderson's kept him out of the team, no matter what you want to say. He's had a couple of mistakes and he's a bit erratic. That's why, we'll get onto that in a minute. And then you've got Sam Johnston, yeah? Yep. He's been making amazing saves for West Brom this season. So why would I take Pickford, who normally doesn't have to do that much for Everton and still makes mistakes, where I can take 3 goalkeepers, 2 of them are playing for teams that they have to make saves a lot of the game and they're not making that many mistakes. And the other one, I think Henderson, for example, should be going because he's a better for the long term. So he needs the experience. And I just think they're the better 3, but it's up to you. So out of the 3 keepers, you're taking Pope, Pickford, and Henderson.
Yep.
Okay. We'll come back to that in a minute, and then we'll see what we will change your mind on that one. Okay, so on the defenders, this is a list that Sky Sports have given me. We've got Tomori, Ponsa, Cash, Target, Mings, Trippier, White, Tarkowski, Chilwell, James, Holgate, Godfrey, Keane, Trent, Stones, Walker, Maguire, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Smalling, Aaron Cresswell, and Connor Cody. So I'll go through my defenders first, and it's quite a big list, but it's because we've got 26 men, we can afford to take a few different people. Now, I'll say one straight away. On his list, he's down as midfielders, but I've put him in defenders here. It's Saka. I've took him.
Okay.
But off of that defender list, I've got Tomori, Mings, Maguire, Stones, Shaw, Chilwell, Walker, and Wan-Bissaka and Cody. So you can see that I've not took Trent.
Yeah, that's a bold choice.
I'll tell you why I've not took Trent. It's because he's had a poor season.
He has. Yeah, he has.
He's had such a poor season. The way I look at it is, if he's gonna, I said to you a minute ago, it's about what we want and who we pick. But if Southgate's going to play 5 at the back and he's going to play with 2 wing backs, you can't play Trent. As much as he can get forward and make crosses, Kyle Walker's going to be up and down really quick, better than Trent.
Yeah.
And if he's going to play left wing back, that's where you need Saka, because you can't play Shaw left wing back. It's too defensive. So you need Saka that's going to bomb up and down the wings. If he plays 4 at the back, once again, you need Kyle Walker on the right, because he can get in behind with his pace and make up for it and bomb forward. And then Shaw's good at a left back. Chilwell's a good replacement. And I've gone with Wan-Bissaka again because he's the same sort of player as Walker. If we didn't have such a great midfield choices, I would have put Trent in midfield. So personally, I'm not going to take Trent because of that. I've picked Maguire, Mings, Tomori, and Stones, and Cody, literally because you've got extra players to pick from. Seeing Cody in that game against Tottenham yesterday, that put him in the plane for me, because he was a man-mountain, mate. He was doing individual things, and I just felt he deserves to be there. Stones and Maguire, because they're great on the ball. They come out, and sometimes you need that. You need that defender to come out when the midfield's not doing it. You need that defender. So we've got either one that can come out. I've put Mings in there simply because he's the only left-footed centre-back that England has. And sometimes you need that in a game. You need someone to be on the left foot, on the left side, similar to what John Terry was on the left side, but he was a right footer, wasn't he? But I like Mings. I don't know. I just think he's all right. And Tomori, once again, same as Henderson, he's the future for me. Tomori is a great player, and he needs to be in and around the team to get experience. And if you need him, he can do a good job. So I'll take him as well. Who are you taking?
Yeah, so 2 left backs. I'll take Shaw, Chilwell, and then 2 right backs. Take Wan-Bissaka. I'll take 3 right backs actually. Wan-Bissaka, Reece James, and Kyle Walker. And then 4 centre backs. I'd take John Stones, probably Tomori because he's got pace. Maybe Harry Maguire because he will go. And I would also have probably Tyrone Mings. So they'll be my defenders.
Okay, good. Some good picks there. I mean, we've both not picked Trent. So Liverpool fans are going to hate us, but I don't really care, man. Look, the way I look at it is, I'm not picking from a biased point of view, These Liverpool fans or Man United fans, they're going to pick players that are in their club, without a shadow of a doubt. As a West Ham fan, there's only one player I'm definitely picking from my club that should be in the squad.
Okay.
Everyone knows who that is. But I'm picking from an unbiased point of view. I've looked at every game this season and I've seen who's been playing.
Mm-hmm.
And Wan-Bissaka and Kyle Walker have been consistently better than Trent. So it is. So suck it. But we'll get on to, because we pretty much picked the same sort of players there, Bill.
Yeah, not too much difference.
Moving on to midfield. Once again, I'll read through quickly who are on the list. So Sky Sports have got, I can't believe this guy's on here, Smith Rowe.
Oh, God, no.
Saka. Barkley. Grealish. Sancho. Jude Bellingham. I don't know if I said his last name properly. I know where he is.
Bellingham.
Mason Mount. Hudson-Odoi. Kelvin Phillips. James Maddison. Harvey Barnes. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, got there in the end. Henderson. Curtis Jones. Raheem Sterling. Phil Foden. James Ward-Prowse. Dele Alli. Harry Winks.
How?
Eric Dyer.
Oh, God.
Jesse Lingard. Mikel Antonio, and Declan Rice. So they're the ones that they're saying we can pick from. So let's dissect this. So obviously I said Saka earlier for the defence, so he's in there. I've gone with Rice, Henderson, Mount, Foden, Grealish, Sancho, Jesse Lingard, Jude Bellingham,
Yeah.
and now I'm stuck between two.
Okay.
I've got Raheem Sterling or Ward-Prowse. Now, you could say we've got quite a lot of wingers that can play in this team.
Mm-hmm.
And we've only really got 3 central midfielders, Bellingham, Rice, and Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
But controversially, I'm going to leave Sterling out and take Ward-Prowse.
That's a big shout.
Mainly because Sterling's not done it again this season. He's had a bad season. He's, Pep's dropped him. He's not with it. And it goes to all the things over the years. You can't pick England players based on their names. You've got to pick it on form. And Southgate did that for the World Cup. And you look how good we did. And Ward-Prowse has had a great season. Southampton got to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. He's banging in free kicks. And I think he has to go for his set-piece delivery. If we get to a penalty shootout, you've got to bring Ward-Prowse on because he can score a penalty, And that's what you've got to think. When you've got 26-man squad, you've got to think of these different things. Saka gets in, as I said, because he's versatile. Left back, left midfield, right midfield, possibly even right back if you need him. So, yeah. I put Lingard in. I mean, you could potentially drop Lingard and have Sterling. But I've put Lingard because in them games that he came to West Ham, he affected our season in a positive way.
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for him, we wouldn't even been in the Champions League. We lost Antonio, we lost Rice, and he single-handedly carried us forward. He was doing all these different things. So for me, that short period alone, he has to go. Maybe not start, but he has to go because he can perform like that. And when you've got someone that can perform like that, he has to go. I've put Sancho in simply because I don't see much of Sancho. I don't watch a lot of the Bundesliga, but I know what he can do. And he's realistically our only right-sided winger that we have, really. So, yeah, he has to be in. I've decided that I'm going to drop Sterling. He's not performed, and take Ward-Prowse because then that gives you Rice and Henderson and Ward-Prowse that can be in them 3 midfield roles. Bellingham has to go. I know he's only 17, but again, it goes to that thing. You've got to take him, get him around the squad, get him the experience of the tournament for the World Cup next year because he's going to be a big player in the future as well. And yeah, that's my midfield.
Okay, some shocks in there. Some shocks definitely in there. So I think for me, I'll go for central midfield players first. So I think you got to take Mason Mount. He's had a great season. James Ward-Prowse I'd take as well because he's had a good season and he offers something a little bit different. We don't really have a set piece specialist in the team, and I think he could be handy.
We don't want Kane taking corners again.
No. Corners and free kicks and stuff. No. Obviously midfield players. You take Declan Rice as well. I'd take Calvin Phillips because he offers something a little bit different. He's a bit of a workhorse in there. He's not talented, the most talented player, but Southgate likes him and he'll go. So we'll take him as well as the four centre mids. I'll take an additional one as well. I think controversially, we'll take Eric Dyer because he's rubbish. Don't get me wrong, but he's useful. So
Can I just say one thing before you finish? Are you counting how many players you're using? Because you've only got 26 men. You might get to the strikers and only have 1 striker, and then you can't pick Kane because then you've got to pick freaking Danny Welbeck over Kane, ain't you?
That's it, yeah. But I'd take Eric Dyer just because he's versatile and he can play at centre back as well if you need him. And he's got experience. He's all right as a player. It just shows what our options are like in his position. They're very poor, aren't they? And then I think for the wingers as well, you have to take Sterling and Sancho. You just have to because they're the best wingers that we've got talent-wise. I know Sterling's had a bit of a bad season, but he still has to go. And then I'd take Phil Foden as well in the team. Probably play him as a number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Not on the wing, left, right. Or
I agree.
I'd play him as the number 10. And then, yeah, I'd probably take Grealish as the last one as well, because he can play as a 10 or he can play out on the wing. So I'd take him too.
So you're not taking Jude?
Jude Bellingham, no.
Yeah, and you're not taking Henderson?
No.
Fair dues, fair dues. I mean, that's your choice. I mean, I've took Henderson because it impacts my starting lineup, the way that I want to play the game.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to drop Sterling, but you got to get 26 man, you know, and for my striker, I mean, I guess I could take Sterling as my striker. I might do that because I was struggling. I've only got 4 picks left for my strikers, and I was struggling for a 4th one. So I might change and just put Sterling in there, and then just only have 3 strikers. But here's the strikers list that Sky Sports have given us, and there's not many, to be fair. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 9 strikers. Not very good, is it? So we've got Ollie Watkins, Tammy Abraham, Calvert-Lewin, Bamford, Greenwood, Rashford, Wilson, Ings, and Kane. So I've got in my 4, I've picked Kane, Rashford, Greenwood, and I had Ings, but I'm going to take out Ings and put Sterling.
Okay.
So Sterling does make it. So that's my 4. I've took Greenwood because he's a striker. He's going to be the future. He has to be around, and he can also play on the right as well. So that's my 4.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. I mean, obviously I had Sterling in already, but I would take Kane, Danny Ings, Mason Greenwood. Who was the other one that you said?
Rashford.
Rashford. Yeah, those would be my ones.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, I think we should just keep it to the 2016, the 26 teams that we picked. No point messing about with it, I guess. Just go through the starting lineups that we'll pick then, Bill. So for the first game, I think we've got Croatia. The starting 11 that I will go with.
Mm-hmm.
And for the YouTube version, I will put up graphics for you all to see. I'm going to have Pope in goal, Walker at right back, Maguire and Stones as centre-back partnership, Shaw on the left, Rice and Henderson sitting, not moving at all. They're just going to sit in front of the defence. And then we've got a 3 of Greenwood, Foden and Grealish. You can mix Greenwood and Sancho around, but personally, I like Greenwood more. The way that he can cut in on his left foot, he's a natural finisher. And I just think Greenwood deserves that chance. Sancho, for me, I don't see enough of him to make that judgment. But it's a close between them. And then obviously you've got Kane up front. Mm-hmm. So that's the 11 for me that I would personally start with. What about yourself?
Pickford in goal.
Oh, for fuck's sake. If you have Pickford and Dyer in this starting 11, it'll be a Dyer team.
Yeah, so I'm going to go 4-2-3-1. It's pretty similar to you, but I'll have 2 centre mids instead. So I'm going to go for Pickford in goal, Kyle Walker at right back, Ben Chilwell at left back, and then centre backs I'm going to go for John Stones and Tyrone Mings because we need a bit of pace at the back. Stones is slow, and so is
Yeah, but see, that's what Walker brings you. You know, if you've got Rice and Henderson sitting, Walker can get the pace to get back when he needs to. I think it. Yeah, but anyway, go on, it's your team. You pick.
Yeah, and then in the central midfield positions, I'd have Rice and Calvin Phillips.
Okay.
They offer you something like Calvin Phillips is an amazing workhorse in the middle of the park, so he'll be fun. He'd be like the English Kante.
Nah, don't agree, but okay, go on.
And then right midfield Sancho, like right winger Sancho, and then number 10 like Foden, number 10, and then Sterling on the left, and then Kane up front.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, mate, Foden and Rice, I agree with you. Walker, we've agreed. Stones, we've both got Stones in. So it's the goalie is a big thing for me. Pickford can't start. He can't start. I'm sorry, he just can't. But I mean, ultimately, Grealish is in for me because he can just do anything off the cuff. You know what I mean? he's something different. And with him and Foden in the same team, and then Greenwood on the other side and Kane up front, if we only need them 4 guys attacking, because it will threaten them other teams so badly. And then you've got Rice and Henderson. Rice can drop back into the three defenders if you need it, and then Walker and Shaw can bang on, and then you can even take Shaw off and bring Saka, and he can bang on if you need. So it's the team I've picked. Formation can vary, and be different. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think we've both picked decent teams. I just strongly disagree with Dyer. He don't need to be anywhere near this team. I'm sorry. The only thing he should be doing is being in the stands with his brother, fighting off other fans like he does normally.
I just think you're taking because he's versatile, isn't he? But then again, you might not need a versatile player. That's the thing. So that might go against him this time. I mean,
I think you've got someone else in the team that can do that job, and that's Rice. He can play centre back. He can play CDM. You took Kelvin Phillips, mate. I would swap Dyer out and put Anderson, and I'd agree with your team as well that you've got different things. But yeah, great, mate. I think it's been a great little chat, picking our squads and our starting 11s, and let's just see if anyone's correct. I mean, Southgate's probably just going to pick every big name under the sun.
Yep.
I mean, Trent didn't get in either of ours, so make of that what you will. And yeah, bring on the hate. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I didn't pick any Liverpool players. So
you didn't pick any?
No, I didn't have Henderson or Trent, did I?
Oh right, shoot. I guess there is no other English players, really, is there?
Oxlade-Chamberlain, but he's rubbish.
Yeah, he's injury prone. That's ruined his career, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, all he cares about for him anyway is Little Mix. So it's
yeah, it's true.
But yeah, all right then. So this is where we're going to wrap up the podcast, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Get some feedback with the England team. Let us know what you think of our choices. Let Billy know that he was wrong for putting Dyer in the team. Let me know that I was right for leaving out Sterling or bringing him back in. Let me know what you think, and let us know what you think of the Trent decision, because a lot of people are going to be up Trent's bum. They're going to love him because of what he can do. But I think if you got Ward-Prowse, you got better delivery there than Trent, in my opinion. In certain areas, Trent's better on the wing, but Ward-Prowse is better at set pieces and whatnot.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for listening on all the different social medias that you could have watched this on, or podcast platforms. Remember to check out our YouTube channel. We do upload on there very regularly with all the different contents where you can see our faces. You can see my ugly mug and you can see Billy's ugly smug mug. Yeah, guys, I hope you're enjoying all this content we're putting out. We'll be back again towards the end of the week. I don't know if there'll be a second episode, but there might be a special where we talk about the legend that we mentioned in a few previous pod. But we'll see what happens. Time is crucial, as everyone knows, and there's not a lot of it at the moment. But we'll see what happens, guys. And yeah, until the next one, it's a goodbye from me. It's a goodbye from Billy, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.
You've been listening to the Festival of Football podcast, presented by Henry Berrett and Billy Harvey. We'll see you on the next one.